everybody, it's Leslie here with Pilates On Demand. Welcome back to our channel. This month's series is called Fill in the Plank, where I'm going to be helping you find the plank that feels most comfortable for your body. Planks are like the exercise that just keep on giving. They can work the whole body, and there are literally a million ways to get it done. So each week we are going to take a position of plank and break it down and play with the lengths of the planks. Try saying that 5 times fast. And then we will play with the stability of our plank in each of those positions. So long planks, short planks, floating planks, moving planks, kneading planks, they are all headed your way this month. We are going to do this class with just a mat, but you can also add a cushion if that'll feel good for your knees or your hands or your wrists or your elbows. Alternatively, you could do this class with your hands on a bar, a chair, or your couch. This will change the angle of your plank and take some pressure off of your wrists. You could also do this, flip it around, where you put your feet on the chair or on your couch, and it's going to be a whole different pile of fun. All right, so let's get to it. This week, we are focusing on the front plank, so let's head down to the mat. Okay, so today is all about the front plank, which means the front of our body is going to be facing the floor. Each time we set up in plank, we are going to start with a hold. If that hold feels good, you can try the next variation, which is going to be something in your plank is going to be floating. And if the floating feels okay, we're going to move to a moving part of our plank. And if the moving part feels good, you can then go to the meeting part of our plank. Don't worry, you're going to figure out what all that means in just a second. But as we move on from round 1 to round 2 to round 3, if you don't feel good moving past that holding part, you can hold through that sequence, or you can go back and repeat it from the other variation. All right, either way, you are going to get a whole bunch of different rounds of plank in, and let's get started. So we are going to start with our hands and our knees on the floor. Our knees are going to be directly under our hips, and if you take your knees a little bit further apart, you're going to feel more stable. So hands set up underneath the wrists, hands set up underneath the shoulders. We don't want them too far forward, and we don't want them too far back. So if you think of the front of your shoulder going down and hitting the crease of your wrist, that's where you're going to want to set yourself up. And then from here, roll the eyes of the elbows in towards each other, dropping the shoulders down the back, and then drawing the belly button in. Now we haven't even started doing anything yet, but we have set up our plank, and we are drawing the belly button into the spine. And then from here, we are just holding. And if this feels all right, we're going to take it to our float. And we're going to start with a hand floating. So you pick which hand. You're going to shift your weight a little over to the side, lighten up one hand, see if you can take it off the ground. Hold it for 5, 4, 3, 2, gently lower it down, and then shift over to the other side. See if we can lighten that hand, pick it up, hold it here for 5, still drawing the belly button in 3, still breathing 2, hand down, you got it. We're going to try floating the back part. So again, we shift over to one side, picking up one knee, lifting it off the ground, holding for 5, 4, it doesn't have to be high, it just has to float, 2, 1. Set it down, and then shift a little to the other side, picking up that knee if it feels light. You can keep the foot resting on the ground, or float it off for 4, 3, 2, 1. Lower it down, shake it out. You can take a little pressure off your wrist for a second. We're coming back with hands over shoulders, or hands under shoulders. All right, and now we're going to add that moving variable. So as long as this plank feels all right, you're going to pick up your left hand, reach it out to the side, bring it back down, tap the ground. Over to the side, tapping down. Body staying still. You have 2 more. Find your breath. Last one. Hand comes back down under the shoulder. Send the other arm out to the side, shift the weight over, find your balance, and then draw that arm up as high as you feel comfortable, and then tapping the floor lightly. We'll do 3 more. 2 more. Last one, gently lower the hand down. And now we're going to move the back part of our body. So lifting your left leg, keeping the weight even between your two hands and your knee that's staying on the floor, we're going to lift it up and bring it back down. So the goal is to keep the body nice and still, drawing it down. Lift and lower. 2 more. Eyes are staying on the floor just ahead of our fingers. Lower it down gently and shift the weight over. We're going to try to move the other leg. So we lift as high as feels good. Exhale as you come up. Inhale as you come down. Keep pressing those ribs down towards the hips. Pressing the shoulder blades back. Last one. Knee comes down. And now, the last option here is to play with a meeting plank, which means our upper body and our lower body are going to meet. So you're going to shift your weight into your right hand and your left knee. You're going to take your other hand and knee, tap them underneath, and then set them to the floor. Again, tapping and lowering. Keeping a soft bend in that elbow, drawing that belly button in. We've gone from 3 points on the ground to 2. Last one with this hand and foot, or hand and knee meeting, and set it down. We'll try the other side. So we tap the knee, come down. Tap. If you'd like to hover, you can try that. We lower, making sure that hand always comes right under the shoulder. Knee is under the hips. Last one. And press it back. Shake it out. Give the wrist a little roll. So this time we are going to move a little bit further forward if it feels all right. So this time the knees are going to be behind the hips. So I'll show you what that looks like. I take my hands out in front of me, still about shoulder width apart, but now my body is on a bit of an incline. So from here I'm drawing the belly button in. I'm squeezing my biceps in towards my body and my triceps. Hands are still underneath the shoulder. Now, we are setting up here in our hold. If you haven't joined me, come on down. Now you can lower those hips in line with the body, but you don't want to let them fall to the ground. So this is a slightly longer plank than where we were before, which you might feel a little bit more shake and quiver in your body, and that's fine. All right, so now if this hold feels all right, we're gonna try for that float. So shift the weight over to one side. See if you can lighten one hand. Lift it for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it down gently. Shift over to the other side. Your hand can float an inch off the ground or right up at the shoulder for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Set it down. Let's try floating the back part of our body. Pick one leg, see if we can lighten the knee, lift it, hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, set it down, and pick up the other leg, spread the fingers, press the shoulders down, eyes still looking ahead, lower it down. All right, we have our moving plank, so take that left arm, shift, you can open the knees up a little. This will widen our base of support here. You can bring them closer if you'd like a little bit of a balance challenge. And we're gonna move that left arm. So we open it out like a wing. We tap the middle finger to the ground, pick it back up. 3 more. Exhale up, inhale down. You might hear my voice shake a little, and that's because planks are not easy. Bring that hand down. Shift over to the other side. Keep drawing that lower belly in. Lighten that hand. Float your wing out, tap it down. And the more you do, the more tired the body gets, but the stronger the body gets too. One more time. All right, hands stay on the floor. We're gonna move the lower part. So pick a leg. You can adjust your knees. We are gonna lift that leg off the ground as high as feels comfortable. You can bend that knee or keep the leg long, up to you. We lift 5, tap down gently, 3, keeping the hips where they are, 2, and 1. Last one on that side. Let's switch over. Rest the foot on the ground. You can press down into the foot and the knee. Belly button drawing in. Making sure our weight isn't shifting back too far. Last one. All right. We just have our meeting planks to finish in this position. So from here, you're going to scoop your knee out to the side, tap under the body, place it back down. Scoop and tap, set it down. Join me. And there we go. Woo! We might feel a little shake. One more. Woo! There we go. Rest on the ground. All right, other side. Adjust. We scoop that knee out. Hand and knee meet under the body. In and place the knee back down. Find it. Exhale. We are almost done with planks in this position. Last one. And reach the hips back to the heels. Take some weight off the hands. You can lift the fingers up to the sky. And then point the fingers down to the ground. Lift the palms, tent the fingers. And draw everything back. Roll the shoulders back. We are going into our next front plank, which is going to be hands and feet on the ground. Okay? So you can go to this one, or you can keep the knees on the ground, or you can keep the knees under the hips and on the ground. Up to you. So walk those hands out about shoulder width apart. Take the feet out about hip width, tuck the toes, and if it feels all right, you're gonna lift one knee, you're gonna lift two. You can come back down and try one knee this time, it's totally up to you. But keep pressing those shoulders away from the ears. Draw the inner thighs together and then rotate them, spiral them up to the sky. Push back into your heels. If this hold is feeling all right, we're gonna try that float. So pick up your left hand, see if we can get it light. We hold for 5, 4, 3, 2, set it down, switch over to the other side. Draw that hand up and hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Woo, all right. We're gonna pick up one of the back legs. Here we go. We have a nice long plank here. We hold 4, 3, 2, 1. Lift the other leg. Keep the eyes forward. It's tempting to look back at your feet. They're not doing anything. They are just fine. Lower it down. All right, we'll take a little break for our wrists. Just a quick second before we move into our moving plank. So shifting forward, tucking the toes, lifting back up to that position. We are gonna float that arm out to the side. So shift your weight over, lift the arm out to wing, tap down. Now see if we can keep the hips as center as possible. 2 more. Last one. And lower the hand. We shift over to the other side. Square up the hips. And lift. Exhale as that hand comes up. Pressing towards the floor with both hips. Lower. Last one. All right, time to float those legs. Let's start with the left leg. So lifting that heel, pressing the back knee to the sky, and lower down. Press up and lower. Lift, body still. 2. Last one, you got it. So if we looked at the rest of the body, it would look like it is not moving. We are finding a stable plank. Last 2 on this side. All right, little knee break. Shift it back, come on up. We have our meeting plank. So hand and knee are gonna tap under the body. Here we go, ready? 5, tap, 4, tap, 3, tap, 2. So try not to go too fast because we wanna make sure we're stable here. And the slower we go in plank, the more stability we've got to find. Last one on this side. Woo, lower the knees. Take it back, shake out the wrists, give them a little roll. The great thing about the next plank is that we're gonna come down onto our forearms. So what you wanna think about is having your forearms like equal signs. Take them down to the floor, palms spread, fingers spread. We are going to start here with our feet actually all the way back. we're gonna gradually bring our knees down. So we're gonna start in that long plank. So shoulders are over the wrists, belly button is still drawing in. Finding our hold, finding your deep breath. Now we're gonna start with that floating plank. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna pick up one elbow. Fingertips can stay on the ground. So lifting up, hold 5, 4, 3, 2. Lower down, switch sides, lift the other elbow. 5, keeping the chest low to the floor. 3, 2, 1. Finding one of your legs, shifting the weight over to the other side, lifting, holding for 5, 4, push the back down. We got it, shoulder blades down. Switch sides. 4, 3, 2, 1. Knees down, shift back. Before we come back, we're going to do our moving planks and our meeting planks. So, elbows come back down, legs reach back long. We're shifting into our right side, picking up our left arm, moving it out to the side for 5. Tap down, 4, 3, keeping those hips facing the floor, 2. Last one, other side. Here we go, lift and lower. Now you're taking that arm up as high as you feel comfortable. 3, 2, last one. All right, now readjust your plank, reset. We're gonna float and move those back legs. So left leg lifts, taps the ground. 4, no change in the shape of the lower back. 2, last one, other side. Exhale up, tap the ground. 3 more. 2. Last one, knees come down, shift it back. And time for those meeting planks. So elbows down, kick the feet back, lift the knees if you feel it. And from here, you are going to bring the knee diagonally under the body, tap, and come back. So there's a little twist. You can keep your toe on the ground, or float or fall over, it's up to you. 2, and 1. Other side, here we go. Spread that finger, those palms on the left hand. Woo! These are challenging for me too. And tap, 2 more. Last one. All right, shift it back. We only have one more version to do in here, and we are going to do forearms and knees on the ground this time. All right, so take a deep breath, shake out your arms. Again, palms are down, equal space between your wrists and your elbows. So we're setting it up where our hips are in front of our knees. Eyes are looking towards our thumbs, maybe in that space in between. Draw the lower belly in. Find your hold here first. And then we will find our floating plank, so lift that left elbow, hold. 5, 4, 3, 2, set it down. And pick up the right elbow, keep the body still for 3 more, 2 more, 1. All right, shift the weight into the arms. We're gonna lift up one leg. We float it off the ground for 5, 4, 3, 2, lower and switch sides. Lower belly still drawing in. Ribs tucking down. 4, 3, 2, 1. Shift it back, take a little break. We are gonna move our planks and meet our planks, and then we will be done with this front position plank. So coming back down one more time, knees can stay on the floor. We are going to move that left arm. So shift your weight into the right, take that arm out to the side, lifting off the ground, tapping the fingers down. Staying still here from shoulders to hips to knees. Last one, bring that hand down, elbow under the shoulder, shift the weight, Reach the right hand out. Watch that the right hip isn't lifting too high. Chest stays facing the ground. And we lift that arm for 5, tap down. 4, tap down. 3, lower. 2, and 1, take it down. All right, we steady out our weight, even between hands and knees. And we're gonna see if we can move one of those legs. So kick, tuck the left toes back. We're gonna lift that leg up and tap down. Now remember, we don't wanna change the shape of our back. 2 more. Last one, bend the knee, set it down. Release the toes, tuck the right toes, lift the right knee, and we'll lift from the heel, up, down. So height of your leg is not important. We're just trying to keep the body stable. Well, one part of it moves. Lower down and walk it back. All right, we have our last meeting plank, which means hands and knees are going to meet. All right, so elbows come down, knees walk back, belly lowers a little closer to the floor. And here's the fun part, is that the knees get to kind of stay on the ground because we are so low. So bring that right knee, well actually we're gonna tap out to the side, sorry. You can cut that April and start over. All right, so the last one we have here is our meeting plank. So make sure those elbows come down to the ground, walk those knees back, draw the lower belly in, hand is gonna tap that knee. So we are going to reach back for your knee this time. So pull the hips back, lighten, tap the knee, come forward. Again, reach, and then drop the hips back to your plank, tap your knee, come down. There's not really space underneath our body to move the knees. So we're just bringing the body back. Last one. All right, lighten the right hand, shift the hips back, touch your left knee, lower back, find your plank. Exhale as you stable into your plank. Take it down, creating one long line. Shoulders, hips to knees, belly button drawing in. Last one. And then reach the hips back, walk the hands back. Find yourself a child's pose. Let the body sink between the thighs. Relax the weight of the arms, set the head on the floor. And then roll yourself up, reach up overhead, interlace the fingers, let the back arch. Release the fingers, draw the elbows down to the sides, cactus arms, let the chest open at the front. And then flip your cactus down, hands to your thighs. All right, thanks so much for doing the class today. I hope you had a great time and that your body is feeling a little warmer than when we started, and that maybe you found a new position of plank that feels good for your body and you can use that in your workouts moving forward. Don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel, and we'll see you next week. Take care.